So today I'll just do a probably quick update about vanity and looks, I think. I weighed myself today. It's Wednesday, so I weigh myself every Wednesday morning. I was 167.6, so I've lost 1.8 pounds from last week, which is damn good. Yeah, happy with that. I think I'm starting to see a bit more definition on my abs. My shoulders seem a bit more defined. I can feel it anyway. There feels to be less fat there. So yeah, vanity versus what? Self-esteem, self-worth. No? And yeah, I guess I'll talk about that. So the idea is that I'm distracted because I have dogs around me, which is quite nice, but it's distracting. And yeah, so basically the difference is a sense of I've lost my train of thought. And okay, so yeah, I'm gonna get a haircut after this, like in 10 minutes, 15 minutes or whatever, which is the first time in like a year and a half plus I've had my haircut, since I've had my haircut. Maybe longer. Yeah, but a long time, like 18 to 22 months. And yeah, I just don't like having this excess hair, and it makes my head look wider. And I know that looking on my Instagram, I used to look better than I do now, I believe, when I had shorter hair. And is that just vanity talking? And this is a thing, like when we look after our bodies, we go to the gym, we work out, can that be called vanity? And now it just depends on the motivation and what you do with the product, I guess. So if I'm posting a picture, say every day, of my body, there's probably a sense of vanity, probably a sense of insecurity, because I feel perhaps there's a feeling of, perhaps there's a desire to have myself validated, so my self-worth would be dependent on external validation, which is a cause for insecurity, or a symptom of insecurity, an effect of insecurity, should I say. And so yeah, so what am I being vain by getting my hair cut? Because that doesn't really take as much work. So you can see, and it makes me cringe sometimes, because I saw a guy yesterday like this, and it just made me go, There was a guy who looked like a typical hipster, and I mean, look how fucking long this hair is. It's like a mane. This guy was he looked like a hipster. He had like his pants on, rolled up and cuffed a bit like Dickies, a shirt tucked in. He had some type of top bun, man bun thing, and he had like a pretty clean shaven, then like a fat mustache. And you can just tell it. Well, my interpretation was that he was like trying to fit in to like a hipster archetype, you know, and derive his identity from his look. But he was like pretty overweight, didn't seem to have much of a strong walk, a gait, body posture. And it's like what people do. I'm not saying this is a prime example, but to me it reminded me of what would be an example if he wasn't as an example, but to me he was an example. It's that people try to substitute the work, you know, when you put in the work, just for some quick fix. So the original hipster, where this look derived from, this archetype was founded, should I say, may have been just a pure product of culture, skating culture and stuff, and it might have been a natural, maybe organic development to this look, right? And for people now, they just see, I like the look of that, because I was looking for Ivar. I like Vikings, and Ivar has got some sick haircut, and I think it looked dope on me, basically. And I want that look. And then I was typing in Vikings haircut on Google Images, and there's some pictures just made me cringe. It's just like guys they've got the hair just in these fancy do's, and they're just and the super tight clothing and whatever, and I can't tell exactly why it makes me just feel a bit makes me cringe, but it just fucking does. When I see something like that, what's conveyed to me is like, they probably have so little personality, they're probably so uninteresting that they're trying to derive the personality just from their aesthetic, just from their look, you know what I mean? And they probably spend an hour or so getting themselves prepared each day just so they can go out and feel really good in their skin, but then perhaps if they get confronted with something, they'd just freeze because they're weak people. That's what's conveyed, and I think that's conveyed because they're spending so much time on their look, or it appears that they're spending so much time on their looks and trying to present themselves in the best manner as possible, that the personality is just lacking. And I could say to myself, well, I'm spending a lot of time on my body and how I look. At the moment, I'm trying to fast, and I'm fasting, and I'm losing weight. So what's the difference? I'd say the difference would have to be I'm doing it for me, and it appears to me that they're doing it for other people, whereas I feel like I'm doing it for myself more. I mean, there are no girls whom I want to fuck in the hostel. I'm not like, oh yeah, because I want to go cold approach because it's coronavirus. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go day game with my mask on. Hey babe, do you want to swap masks? You know what I mean? It's not like that. Maybe for the future, well, no, because even now, like, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's because eventually I want to be fucked by loads of girls in the future, because at the moment I'm having a hard time. Like yesterday I was tempted, not really too tempted, but I was tempted just to go and eat. Same with the day before, and that's because I wasn't in the best of moods, and one of the reasons of that is because I can't actually fathom my being able to actually freelance and earn money and travel just by working on my laptop. To me, that's just like unfathomable. So I don't have like a great vision of the future, which in which I employ trust and actually believe I can achieve. So I'm not like, oh yeah, it's because eventually I'm going to fuck. To me, it's more that I want to feel good in my own body, and I'm trying to be as honest as possible with that. I do believe that is the reason I want my haircut, and this whole fucking video is about me justifying my haircut pretty much, which is absurd. But there's a decent amount of psychology behind it, which I find quite interesting. Okay, general update time. What do we have to update you with? Yesterday did some more of Scapegoat, just kind of got the models and controllers mapped out, me shadowing Nico. Today I've got Philosophy, which Travis said, yeah, I'll do it. Nico, like, yeah, I'll do it. It's not much excitement. I'll do it, but like, I'm not really too bothered. I want to finish the meditations today, Descartes, and I want to start reading the objections and replies. David Foster Wallace, Consider the Lobster, and other essays I've started the other day. Today I've been doing programming on this merchant app, which is quite enjoyable actually. I'm going to cook a fuck off pasta thing when I get back, and that's about it. I'll do a general body update now because it's Wednesday, and I'll do it once a week. Oh man, what is that? Okay, that's pretty fucked. I mean, okay, I've still got rolls a bit, but generally I'm getting there. It's going good. I'll leave it at that, I think, and until another day. Yeah, I'm doing one off, one on, one off with jogging. I think today I missed a day, which is the first time in like over 3 weeks, I think, since I've missed a day of jogging, which was because I felt resistance, and I don't really want to be forcing myself to do it because I know what I'm like, and I'll force myself, and the next day I'll force myself, and the resistance will get higher and higher, greater and greater, and eventually I'll just stop. I'll stop jogging altogether, and it would have just been one of those things I did for a bit rather than a habit that I actually integrate into my life. So maybe I'll do longer distances eventually, maybe I'll do it every day, but at the moment it's going to be one every other day and just like 5k. I also downloaded an app on my phone called Detoxify, which is, if you're interested in detoxing your dopamine, give this a go, because it's like a VPN thing, and it basically stops you being able to search any porn You can't even go on Reddit. I've blocked YouTube on it, so I think I'm gonna just unblock it as like for me uploading these videos and then reblock it. On my laptop I've got Freedom, which is not great because you only get like 7 sessions. But what I've done is downloaded, I've had Cold Turkey for ages, but then I've just put like YouTube, Reddit and Instagram on like 1 minute, so I only get 1 minute a day, which would be just to like, when I'm really bored, just to like check Instagram stories. But I eventually want to cut everything out and just read. But it's a process and it's gradual, and I'm getting there. And then also I think I still want to read in the morning, walk in the mornings even when I'm not jogging, because yesterday I noticed in the afternoon, after I'd done some programming and reading, I watched a couple of YouTube videos and I was just sapped. I forced myself eventually to go for a walk. I felt better thereafter, but there was a time where I just felt like pretty shit and just drained. So I think it's important that even when I'm not jogging, I go out in the mornings just to get some air and just to untangle my thoughts, because 20 to 30 minutes of meditation still doesn't do the trick. I could increase meditation even more, but at the moment I want to just increase it gradually. I went from doing it once a day to twice a day. This morning session was like 20 minutes, which is more than I usually do anyway when I'm doing one session. And then now I'm going to get my hair cut, have a shower, and then I'm going to meditate again. So yeah, that's pretty much a decent update. Tomorrow I'm supposed to be going to Antonio to get run through YouTube and advertising and what he wants me to be doing, which it's like an hour there, an hour back, and I can't imagine it bearing much fruit, but we'll see.